So this is the Celestron C90 Maksutov, and this is another Maksutov Questar. They're very similar. This is 89mm, this is 90mm. I mean the aperture size of the mirror. Both of them are in the Skywatcher Heritage 100p Dobsonian stand, because you can actually, like anything, attach anything that which has a dovetail and this and adjust it. You can move it up and down, turn it around. It's really good, versatile, and really enjoy this too. The image quality, I'm very happy with this one. I've not tested really extensively on the planets, especially. It has been cloud as usual. When you get to new stuff, clouds will come. But I can say that both of them are good, and I think this. I've heard already that they can be out of collimation. I feel it's slightly out of collimation, not much. This is perfect. I could see many details on the Mars, and you just have to let them sometime cool down in the temperature, ambient temperature of the surrounding your observation place, and then that will be perfect for your work. Oh, let me bring the Meade ETX90. Let's just see how it looks. Compare it with these two. Okay, I have now the Questar, the C90 Celestron, and the Meade ETX. Meade ETX is very similar to the field model in the color, at least of the tube, but the function and the usability of it is like a Questar. And even it has, I have 3 tripods for this that you can actually adjust, and it's a duplex because I bought this separate from the tube. The tube I bought it separate, and I bought this stand for it and installed it on it. This is the first series of the Questars, because you can actually move it by this declination and these knobs in the declination and right ascension, or practically alt azimuth at this stage. But when you put a tripod, you can just, it will become equatorial, and it's really nice. You can use it also automatic. Of course, it has a battery you can follow. And this is 390mm, except this one, which is 89mm, 1mm less. And Maksutov telescopes. All of them are excellent. I think if I want to recommend anything for this, I would say get a Celestron and get a Skywatcher cheap one. Use the Dobsonian mount of it, or any tripod mount that you have. This one is a good value if you can find it, but they're usually £300, so you can get it. That one is quite expensive. Even the cheapest field model, if you just get it, it's nothing less than £500 if you're lucky. It's more usually around £1,000, or with all the equipment that this one comes with. If you get that one, that's around 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. New, around 4,000 or 500, £5,000. Yeah. So now we have 3 Maksutov telescopes here. Which one I use more? I didn't have the chance much to use that Questar, but I'm using it because it's a finder scope of it. It's beautiful. I can just change between the finder and the main eyepiece, and then I can just borrow it by this, and really versatile. I can turn it around, so adjusting for my position of the eye. This can be rotating. It rotates. This whole thing rotates. In this one, there's a fixed. This one also is fixed, so the versatility is not there. So, value for money, excellent. If you don't, if you want to stand for it and you don't want to buy a Dobsonian mount, this is good if you can find it. Second hand, there are always, but they're not very cheap because people know the value of them. This is just something that you are lucky if you find such a thing. And the thing about these things is that I talked with the people, experts from Questar, and they told me that these telescopes, because they are old now, many of the new ones, people cannot afford the new ones, or unless they're very rich. Like us people, working class people who buy these things, they're usually scavenged. That means they've used the different parts, the attached parts and removed parts. So serial number of this, they told me, for example, it doesn't relate to this. This is broadband, but the serial number is for something else. So it's for a standard model. And it has a dew shield. I like that dew shield. For the dew shield was actually falling back when you go to near the horizon. So what I did, I put a elastic band here, so you can just slide it there and it stops the dew shield to move when this is heading up. If I do it like that, the dew shield falls. So when I rise it, I just move it there. This very cheap solution. And I owe this to somebody who is a dentist. So we owe this to somebody who is a dentist. And you can just bring it down and your thing will also come down. And whenever if it breaks or anything for cold, you just change that elastic band. Yeah, it returned back to the normal position. Now I have removed the lens caps and you can see the comparison. What is inside? This is the Questar. What is inside the Celestron C90 Mac? And what is inside Meade ETX90? I feel the coating here is actually more effective. Practically the coating of the ETX and the Celestron are better than the coating of this. This must be really old. Probably doesn't have much coating left. It has been rubbed so much. I think the coating of the ETX is better. In that sense, you see inside of it is quite dark. You cannot see that full tube, central obstructing light path. So we have three Maksutovs, three different styles, but all in the usable. I like the cap of this, quite heavy metal actually. I like this more because it's very light. The whole telescope in here is very light. And this is the least liked one. It was flimsy, it was falling. The telescope itself is superb, but the lid, the cap was falling. So I had to add some of this tape, which is the best friend of the DIY users, duct tape. And duct tape made it fit.